The European Cricket League is proudly brought to you by Dream 11, HCL Software, Rado, La Junta de Andalucía, and Victorinox. Been a bit of a fixture in Championship Week in the Khartoum Oval era.
There's going to be some fireworks here. Mohamed Kamran steaming in. Lofted shot, beats the fielder down there at third man. Excellent start for the Blinders. Oh, takes out his off stump. What exceptional pace bowling from big Mohamed Kamran. Recovers from that 4 on the first delivery and shoots out.
Hitman 2.0 back in business.
I think the Hitman's just beat him with pure pace here. Been here a little bit of tail in, but just pure velocity.
Yeah, just wasn't technically able to deal with that. Look, butter wouldn't melt in his mouth either. Not even a hint of a smile from the Hitman Ghani.
Oh, he's cleaned up off stump again. It's deja vu. Twice in the opening over, and Vandermerve goes for a duck. A huge spell of bowling so far from the big man.
But for the second time in the first 4 legal balls this game, the off stump goes flying.
Beautiful piece of bowling. Plays a similar shot to the direction of Ghani's bat. They haven't played for the in-swing and shatters. There's some rebuilding to do. Short ball, edge over the top. And that's much needed boundary for the Blinders. So a challenging first over, but as far as the runs go, 13 off it. Not a bad outcome, but losing 2 top-order wickets. Oh, Budgie has lofted him over mid-wicket. What a sweet strike. Full of ball, Budgie. Oh, it's a good catch. Almost timed it too well. Half-hearted shot. Asad Abbas comes in well from the wide cover position. And the 3rd wicket down for the Blinders with only 19 on the board.
He just strokes it. It's not a bad shot, really, but what a fantastic bit of fielding. You see there, just leaves it up long enough. Great catch taken by Asad Abbas in the covers.
Oh, he won't be scoring a half-ton today. He is knocked over, and Babar has 2 in 2. The Blinders 19 for 4.
Wow, the line between aggression and insanity isn't always a clearly delineated one, but I think this is the other side of it. He just goes for a big horn over mid-wicket. Adios, a little bit of inseam from Babar.
Blinders, on the other hand, they're almost 5 wickets down, just past the outstretched hand of short one. Pulls it nicely too. Didn't try to overhit that ball, just used the pace of Cameron. Much needed boundary, and the Blinders 28 for 4.
Yeah, Mulder.
One's in the slot, beautifully played by Stefan Gooch. That's a proper cricket shot. Driven wide of mid-off. Rare ball in the slot from Atif. Won't get wicket bowling wide full tosses, particularly not against a batter of the class of Stefan Gooch. So 2 boundaries in succession, just keeping the Budapest Blinders breathing in this contest. Well, he does get a little tickle on that one. Beats Shazad at fine leg. And that's nicely played. 3 fours in the over from Gooch. 46 for 5.
Yeah, and it's course 46 for 5.
What off stump. Gooch has got a reasonable hold of it, and bottom hand came into play, so he actually managed to drag it wide of long off, but doesn't really matter anyway because it's carried the boundary for a Maximo. Big swing. It's a top edge. He's got enough meat on the ball, and it's flown away for a Maximo. Atif, hands on hips, not too impressed, but that's a very, very helpful.
I think now's the time.
And he does prove that that's a good decision. Cuts it well, lofts over the boundary for a Maximo. 2 left in the over. Steps across, makes pretty underwhelming contact, and he saves the captain having to make a decision of yanking him off the field. Caught and bowled. Good comeback from Raza after being smoked from Maximo earlier in the over.
And I think that you had better options in the shed, given on how it's gone. So Raza.
Basically a free hit for him here. And he does swing hard. It's pretty reasonable contact. And it carries for a Maximo. Well, that dismissal of Cardsler has worked out pretty well. Well, there is the slower one. He's drilled it, but straight into the safe hands of the hitman, Mohammed Cameron, down there at long on.
From Mohammed Cameron. Looks mildly bored. Has decided to go hatless here in qualifier 2.
I said this. I think he plays better hatless.
There he is. And he says, yeah, I'm inside the boundary. Good coverage. Time running out for the blinders.
Oh, beautiful stuff from Rabani. 2 for 6 off his 2, and the Budapest blinders now in a massive hole, 78 for 8. And he's not even moving at the non-striker's end, so he's going to have a difficult job pushing back for the second.
Go. Oh, well, they went to the wrong end. I think it's going to be run out, but they do get Gooch back on strike, so it's not a bad trade-off. But yeah, I think you've got to know the situation there if you're PIC Care, that your side on the throws about the same distance. Any sort of throw to the keeper had him struggling. But Raza gets back and runs out.
It's another decent ball, but it's thrashed to the offside. Excellent strike. Beautiful wrist work from Stefan Gooch. Takes himself up to 41 and the blinders to 85 for 9. As it is, that's a fairly disappointing display from the blinders. 86 for 9, and not surprising after losing a collection of wickets in the opening couple of overs. Qualifier 2 with the winner of this game going into the final later this evening to take on the Swiss champions. Swung into leg. BUB knew what was coming. Beautifully flicked off his toes, and that's a boundary. First ball, so mirroring what happened in the blinders first innings as Abbas Ghani. Another one that just drifts inside and beautifully flicked. This time for a Maximo, and BUB, he's in one of his moods in this game. Swung away, and with great power and tremendous timing. It's another Maximo for BUB, and 16 on the board. That one's on target. BUB's lofted it. It's going to take some catching. Would have been a tremendous grab, but unfortunately Ahmed Khan not only drops the catch, but he parries the ball to the boundary. Flighted, he's in, drives nicely. That's an ordinary piece of fielding. Well, things just falling apart. It is the leg spinner again. It's cut, and it's an astounding catch from Jason van der Merwe. If ever a piece of brilliance was needed from the blinders wild card, it's here and now, and Mulder and van der Merwe have combined to send Yasin back to the pavilion, and PIC Care 25 for 1. That's an absolutely brilliant snare from van der Merwe. Goes up with his right hand. The extra overspin meant that Yasin didn't stay under full control, and at full stretch, diving. That's a wonderful grab and incredible athleticism from the big man. Oh, huge swing. Didn't come off the bat beautifully. And Ahmad has been punished. Second ball by BUB. That's a wonderful Maximo. Oh, not a bad ball, but it's been spanked and spanked for a Maximo. The bottom hand comes through so cleanly. And BUB is seeing it like a beach ball at the moment. Goes over the offside this time. And it's a third consecutive Maximo. Wasn't really a bad piece of bowling. Short ball, BUB. Rocks on the back foot again. It's a high ball. This must be taken. And it is. To finish the power play, it's a big wicket. Pretty good comeback from the young man, Ahmad. Have a chance in this game. They needed to see the back of the big man. Nicely flighted leg spinner, but that's an exceptional shot from Naqvi. Swept very cleanly.
Picture says 1,000 words. Anyway, Here we go with over number 5, and it's going to start with the boundary. Gets past the fielder, so 50's up for PIC. They've got it down below a runner ball.
Might have otherwise had. It's on the outside edge, and finally Khan gets it on a reasonable length. Nakvi, lack of footwork, thrashing through the offside, and he rocks onto the back foot, plays that very nicely, just drops inside the boundary rope, and signalled for. So PIC only 18 short now with 4 overs and 1 ball to go. Oh, that's a lovely cricket shot from Mohamed Kamran. That field all up on the offside, and he's lofted it cleanly for a 4. And it's nicely played. Bikramjit Singh showing he's capable with the bat as well. Just eases it backward of point. And that leaves PIC 82 for 3 after the end of the 7th over. Only 5 runs required now for victory. Downey comes on. That's nicely driven by Cameron. And despite the despairing dive, that dive pretty much sums up the Blinders' performance here in Qualifier 2. Just not quite enough. Timing not there. Let's go, Cameron. A big finish. Oh, and he hits it straight to the fielder. And that's a tragic end for what's been a pretty good innings from Mohamed Kamran. He goes for 21 off 13. Ghani picks up a wicket, and this ball, the game is extended 1 ball longer. PIC 86 for 4.
You can at least get together one last time. Say, look, come on, let's stay together. Let's be a team. You know, the Blinders are a really close-knit organisation ever since they were founded, and they're thrilled to be here. So let's enjoy this. We've got maybe 1 minute left on the field, 2 minutes left on the field.